Mire Maw rose through the shattered lake, carrying Belgrave's black tide with it. Ethan caught the first wave behind a shield of newborn sunlight. Maya discovered the monster was attacking from somewhere impossibly far away. Its body was only a bridge connected to the drowned city below. 3 golden echoes brought them seconds before the entire lake collapsed. Astral North opened a road directly into the source of the corruption. They jumped before the monster could drag the mountain into its hunger. Dawn found them beside a marsh, where even the rain smelled ancient. Belgrave waited beneath the mire, half city and half forgotten grave. Then a bell rang below the water, although no hand remained to pull it. From the fog came Jonas Pike, Belgrave's last living ferryman. He recognized their relics and immediately wished they had never arrived. There was no road into Belgrave, only water that remembered every mistake. Beneath their boat, reflections crossed streets that no longer existed. Every direction pointed inward, as though Belgrave were swallowing the compass. Jonas warned that the city moved whenever Mire Maw dreamed. The first children of its hunger climbed silently from the black water. Ethan cleared the deck with light shaped sharper than steel. Maya turned the rest into harmless foam with a single compass turn. The ferryman's bell revealed the old avenue hidden beneath the tide. Belgrave had drowned so quickly that its final morning never finished. Every memory beneath them fled toward the same tower in terror. Her journal placed the crown shard at the heart of the reservoir. Something far larger than the boat began watching from directly below. Jonas knew motion would turn curiosity into immediate hunger. Ethan sent an echo running where no living person could survive. The monster followed the false sunlight and tore the avenue apart. Maya split the whirlpool before it could swallow all 3 travelers. Their boat reached City Hall with half its railing and none of its dignity. Behind them, Mire Maw tested the building as if opening a locked jar. Inside, every portrait wept the same dark water that filled the streets. The oldest mosaic showed Mire Maw as a guardian, not a monster. Jonas carried the only key left from Belgrave's final night. Behind the door waited records the flood had somehow refused to touch. The city once used bells to guide water safely beneath its streets. Then the cagemaker arrived and replaced guidance with control. He promised protection while secretly building a cage beneath the city. The crown shard transformed pain into obedience and obedience into hunger. Jonas's father had helped build the machine that drowned everyone. Before regret could speak, Mire Maw reached through the wall for them. Ethan protected the records because the truth was their only weapon. Maya chose the reservoir route 1 heartbeat before the ceiling vanished. They ran through rooms that were becoming part of the river again. The monster followed with eyes growing wherever the heroes tried hiding. Golden echoes gave Mire Maw too many bright targets to choose from. Maya trapped the arm beneath a chandelier and a storm of runes. The only path forward led beneath the city and beneath the tide. Belgrave swallowed City Hall seconds after they entered the stairwell. At the bottom waited a library sealed inside one trembling breath. The barrier recognized her compass, but it was already beginning to fail. When the bubble broke, Maya gave them borrowed breaths of starlight. Without sunlight, Ethan's power faded faster than he wanted to admit. Jonas remembered an atlas his father had hidden before the flood. The atlas unfolded into a living map of streets beneath streets. Only the oldest aqueduct still reached the engine beneath the reservoir. The drowned city's final voices survived inside tiny lights shaped like fish. Jonas finally saw the goodbye he had spent a lifetime forgetting. Mire Maw had tried to save Belgrave, while the machine commanded destruction. The truth hurt Jonas, but it also returned his father's final courage. Above them, the monster found the only 3 breaths left in Belgrave. Its mouth opened through the ceiling, and the library became a storm. Maya drew a road across water that refused to hold any direction. Jonas followed, while Ethan spent his remaining light keeping them alive. Then a falling shelf pinned Ethan beneath the darkening current. Maya refused to leave him, even as every safe direction disappeared. Her portals turned the trap into a weapon and bought another chance. Ethan reached the aqueduct with no sunlight and almost no strength. Jonas locked the gate, knowing old metal could not hold long. Thousands of silent bells waited inside the tunnel like sleeping stars. One touch showed her what the city had been designed to become. Before the crown, Guardian and City had protected each other for generations. The cagemaker corrupted every bell, so pain would travel in circles forever. Tomas's bell answered with sunlight stored from every honest promise. Ethan rang the bell, and remembered light returned from impossible places. One by one, the drowned bells carried his light toward the reservoir. Mire Maw broke inside, too hungry to understand the song around it. His echoes scattered through the tunnel, awakening every bell they touched. Maya shaped the ringing into a map no darkness could erase. The music opened a staircase leading below the lowest foundations. They descended as the Guardian's corrupted hunger followed close behind. Below the city waited thousands of memories sealed inside green bubbles. The Crown engine survived by drinking everything Belgrave had remembered. Among them floated Jonas's father, still holding the final emergency lever. His silent warning showed 3 controls that had to turn together. They separated, knowing the monster would attack whoever moved first. Jonas turned his wheel and gave the drowned chamber its first breath. Maya moved the second, while holding back a forest of hungry tendrils. Ethan's wheel had rusted beneath 80 years of fear and silence. Before it moved, a giant claw dragged Ethan into the green darkness. Maya followed, entering water where direction, memory, and time had broken. The monster's stomach was not flesh, but a maze of stolen moments. It showed Maya the fear that Ethan would someday choose power over her. She trusted the needle, because corruption always points away from truth. Then her astral compass awakened into something deeper than direction. Astral tide turned memory itself into a river she could command. At the river's center, Ethan was imprisoned by every doubt he carried. Maya washed the lies away and left only the friend she trusted. Their joined hands made light and direction move as one. They escaped on a river that the monster could neither swallow nor stop. Jonas had tied himself between 2 controls and refused to surrender. Ethan's echoes replaced Jonas at the wheels and completed the old design. The chamber opened, exposing the Crown engine above the Guardian's heart. Every chain carried hunger from the shard directly into Mire Maw. The Cagmaker's machine answered discovery by feeding the monster more pain. Ethan struck first, and the cage returned his own light against him. Maya redirected the blast before it could burn through the chamber. The Guardian shattered the floor, and the buried sea rushed upward. Jonas reached the lever just as the engine chose him as payment. An echo cut the chain while Ethan caught the ferryman in time. Maya held an entire buried sea inside one rotating circle. But astral tide was breaking, and Ethan had only seconds to understand. He rang Tomas's bell and asked every memory to remember morning. Belgrave answered by forging sunlight into chains stronger than the Crown. Solar anchor awakened, fixing the drowning chamber to the world itself. For the first time, Mire Maw was held without being hurt. Maya sent her current along the chains toward the true source. The shard multiplied its prison, hiding truth among perfect copies. The needle found the real cage by the one lie it could not imitate. His echoes attacked the illusions while Ethan faced the real machine. The monster's final roar became a river of concentrated hunger. Maya split the river and opened one impossible path through its center. Ethan crossed the flood by pulling himself along chains of light. Jonas joined the city's bells and broke the engine's final defense. Astral tide surrounded the shard and separated command from pain. Ethan struck the lock, refusing to mistake the prisoner for the enemy. The cage split open beneath light, direction, and 80 years of truth. The crown shard broke, and the Guardian's hunger finally lost its master. Mire Maw dissolved into water, carrying every memory it had swallowed. Belgrave's voices returned home through windows drowned long ago. Freedom saved the Guardian, but the ancient reservoir could no longer stand. Ethan held the ceiling while Maya drew a river toward the surface. Jonas completed his father's final task and opened Belgrave's forgotten gates. Water became a foundation, raising the city instead of burying it. The heroes rose inside the tower as every bell began ringing. Sunrise met them above a city breathing for the first time in decades. Mire Maw returned as the Guardian shone in Belgrave's oldest mosaic. It thanked them by surrendering the final fragment of its cage. The fragment revealed 4 cages still feeding the Cagemaker's hidden fortress. Jonas saw his lost city return, not as ghosts, but as witnesses. His father said goodbye without words, and this time Jonas understood. Jonas gave them his lantern, because Belgrave no longer needed one ferryman. They left behind a city protected by the monster it once feared. Then the spirit needle turned east, and black ash touched the page. A new vision showed Emberfall burning beneath a fire that did not exist. Ethan's bell warned them just before the ash opened its eyes. In the east, Ash Wraith awakened inside an observatory built to watch stars. The cage maker placed another shard inside a cage filled with living smoke. Across his chamber, maps erased every road leading toward Emberfall. The hunters followed anyway, carrying 2 new powers and 1 deeper question. Episode 3 ended where a city began burning without a single flame. At sunset, Ethan Vale and Maya Cross reached a village afraid to breathe. Worried faces watched them, while one child pointed toward the graying forest. Inside the archive, Maya's ancient journal awakened beneath 4 monstrous drawings. Though every window stayed closed, a violent wind scattered maps and candles. The glowing pages showed Ash Wraith drifting silently between dead black trees. Then village bells rang alone, and cold grey ash began falling. Ethan raised his flashlight. Maya closed the journal, and together they entered darkness. Beyond the gate, fresh ash footprints appeared one after another before them. A burned handprint scarred a tree, and gold flickered beneath Ethan's fingers. Maya's teal compass lines rose from the journal and guided them deeper. Soon the forest leaned inward, forming a tunnel that seemed alive. A roaring ash wall erased their path home and sealed the hunt. Between distant trunks, 2 orange eyes opened inside a towering shadow. Maya drew a teal compass barrier, fragile but bright against the darkness. Ash Wraith struck first, crashing a black wave against Maya's shield. Ethan dragged her behind a fallen log as smoky claws tore overhead. The journal revealed the truth. This creature grew stronger by feeding on fear. Faraway screams made Ash Wraith swell, and Ethan finally understood its hunger. He stood without retreating, while golden threads wrapped around his clenched fist. When the monster lunged, Ethan's first solar rift shield exploded into life. Maya joined her compass magic to his light, strengthening the trembling dome. Together they pushed forward, blasting Ash Wraith backward through the moonlit trees. But the monster shattered into copies, surrounding them with countless burning eyes. Maya spun a teal wind spiral, lifting 2 false wraiths away. Ethan shaped a golden blade and cut another copy into harmless embers. Behind Maya, the true Ash Wraith rose higher than the forest. Her compass needle warned her, and a portal opened beneath her boots. She reappeared beside Ethan, pulling him clear with a burst of wind. Through magical sight, Maya found a tiny ember hidden inside the smoke. She pointed, while Ethan gathered fierce golden power between both hands. Ash Wraith became a giant vortex, dragging branches and darkness toward itself. Maya anchored them to 4 trees using glowing compass chains. Ethan charged through the storm behind a sharp triangular shield of sunlight. Inside the vortex, he struck the ember core with 1 concentrated pulse. The towering nightmare collapsed, leaving only quiet ash and a black crystal. Ethan wrapped the crystal carefully, while Maya recorded their first impossible victory. Then a wet roar sounded below, and muddy water stole the crystal. They chased the flooded stream downhill through rain, fog, and twisted roots. The trail ended at a moonlit swamp beside an abandoned pumping station. Green eyes opened beneath the water as Ethan tested the rotten bridge. Suddenly Mire Maw erupted upward, dripping slime from its enormous hungry mouth. Its fists destroyed the bridge, throwing Ethan and Maya in opposite directions. Ethan caught a hanging rope dangling above water that watched him back. Maya pulled him onto a platform with a ribbon of teal wind. Mire Maw inhaled fiercely, swallowing reeds, broken boards, and rushing swamp water. Ethan anchored them with golden steel, while Maya raised a wind shield. Inside the slime, Maya saw the stolen crystal glowing like poison. Ethan fired at it, but his light scattered through the watery body. Mire Maw bubbled with laughter and launched sticky tendrils across the platform. Maya linked 2 portals, turning the monster's own tendrils against its arms. Ethan raced across floating logs, creating golden steps beneath every landing. A crushing wave followed, but his curved shield carried him backwards safely. At the pumping station, Maya found an ancient valve beneath rusted machinery. She turned it with telekinesis, while Ethan blinded Mire Maw with flashes. The floodgate opened, releasing clean mountain water through the poisoned swamp. Now Ethan struck the water, sending a golden ripple beneath the monster. The ripple lifted Mire Maw completely, exposing the crystal inside its chest. Maya held the beast aloft with 4 enormous teal compass rings. When slime tendrils reached her, Ethan severed them with crossing light blades. With one precise magical thread, Maya pulled the crystal through the slime. Freed from its curse, Mire Maw melted into harmless ordinary swamp mud. Ethan trapped the crystal in golden light as calm water returned. Yet a wooden mask appeared upon it, pointing toward a ruined chapel. By morning, the heroes climbed a narrow path beneath gathering grey clouds. The abandoned chapel waited among dead birches. With one candle still burning, Ethan opened the door, and black feathers drifted through the cold light. Broken pews faced a wooden mask, while claw marks scarred the floor. As Maya approached, the hanging mask slowly turned toward her. Every candle died behind them, leaving only Maya's teal compass glow. From the altar darkness, the hollow man unfolded to impossible height. Ethan aimed his flashlight, but the creature existed only outside its beam. It copied Ethan's pose exactly, like a reflection learning how to hunt. Then Maya saw another Maya writing silently inside an identical journal. Soon dozens of fearful duplicates filled the chapel from wall to wall. Ethan grabbed the wrong Maya, and she broke apart into black splinters. The real Maya's truth compass cut through deception and found Ethan. She pulled him inside a teal circle, freezing every false figure outside. Above them, the hollow man crawled across the ceiling with reaching fingers. Ethan fired upward, but the creature flattened and slipped between beams. The journal warned that it could move only through darkness left unobserved. So Ethan shattered the boarded windows with careful bursts of golden light. Morning flooded the chapel, trapping the monster where no shadow remained. The hollow man removed its mask, revealing a void without stars or bottom. Its emptiness pulled Maya's magic away, until Ethan shielded her with warmth. Then, the creature turned the floor into a mirror of endless corridors. Ethan and Maya fell through, entering a maze of doors and stairways. Maya's compass spun uselessly, while Ethan searched each doorway for hidden symbols. One showed ruin, one showed loneliness, and one showed Maya imprisoned forever. Maya closed her eyes, followed the journal's vibration, and found one plain door. Ethan cut the chains, and they escaped through the unmarked doorway. They returned behind the real monster, surprising it beside the altar. Maya imprisoned it inside 4 rotating rings of teal compass energy. The shadow stretched through the cage, reaching dangerously close to her face. Ethan formed a golden sun above it, filling every opening with light. The wooden mask cracked, and the creature unraveled into harmless black ribbons. From inside the mask rolled a seed, already growing dark, thorny roots. Maya reached for it, but roots exploded through the chapel walls. The whole hill shook as giant roots tore open the earth. Fangroot rose beneath the chapel, a colossal beast of wood and thorns. The collapsing ruins slid from its shoulder as Ethan and Maya ran. With one roar, Fangroot commanded every dead tree upon the ridge. Maya opened a portal, dropping them safely beyond its crushing wooden claw. Ethan's shockwave struck its chest, but glowing sap absorbed all the energy. Fangroot swung again, launching a storm of thorny vines across the ridge. Maya's spinning wind discs sliced the thorns into harmless falling leaves. Golden sight revealed the crystal buried behind Fangroot's armored chest roots. Before they could attack, root walls rose into a living labyrinth. Separated inside, Ethan shouted while Maya followed glowing compass arrows. A root mouth snapped at Ethan, but his compact shield held firm. Maya discovered ancient statues, each carrying the symbol from her journal. When she activated the first, Fangroot's glowing sap suddenly weakened. Ethan broke through a wall and found Maya beside the second statue. Together they awakened 3 more, forming a teal star over the ridge. Fangroot destroyed its own maze and charged through flying wood and leaves. Ethan formed twin solar rift blades and ran directly up its arm. Maya rode a spiral of wind, sealing its shoulders and back. Fangroot trapped Ethan in one hand, but his expanding shield broke free. Maya opened a portal above, redirecting lightning into the monster's antlers. The flash exposed the crystal, pulsing beneath ash, slime, and shadow. Ethan and Maya realized each defeated monster had been feeding the crystal. A dark pulse transformed Fangroot's roots into 4 monstrous attacking heads. Back to back, the heroes ignited gold and teal power together. Ethan blocked Ash Wraith, while Maya redirected Mire Maw through a portal. The Hollow Man became a floor shadow, but Maya's compass sun exposed it. Fangroot's jaws descended, and Ethan held them apart above Maya. She spread a vast compass grid, freezing every route for one heartbeat. Ethan poured his remaining power into a brilliant golden spear. Maya aligned a chain of portals straight toward Fangroot's hidden crystal. Ethan threw, and the spear accelerated through ring after glowing ring. It struck the crystal, cracking darkness with a sphere of mixed energy. Inside that sphere, time stopped around floating stones, leaves, and light. Maya saw 4 trapped spirits imprisoned within the broken crystal. She pulled them free, while Ethan held the unstable sphere together. The liberated spirits surrounded Fangroot, no longer violent, only exhausted. Ash became mist, Maya became water, Hollow a mask, and Fangroot a tree. But the crystal remained, revealing a 5th mark, a crowned watching eye. Within its surface, an unseen master silently studied Ethan and Maya. The crystal burst into black feathers racing toward the northern mountains. Fangroot collapsed into soil, while green life returned across the ridge. At sunrise, Ethan and Maya stood beside the tree as birds returned. Maya recorded 4 names, and each became a peaceful, glowing symbol. Ethan found one feather whose golden spark pointed steadily north. When they returned, villagers stepped outside and welcomed sunlight again. A child gave Maya a wooden compass, while Ethan returned an old lantern. In the archive, they marked countless monster sightings across the wider world. Then Maya's journal drew the crowned eye above a frozen fortress. Ethan's gold and Maya's teal both flared stronger than before. Outside, a black feather became a tiny eye, then vanished. By sunrise, the 2 hunters were already walking north toward danger. Deep inside frozen mountains, an armored figure waited beside 4 empty cages. 3 days north, the road ended beneath a fortress frozen in silence. Maya's journal showed a village where every shadow had mysteriously disappeared. Even the road signs stood beneath sunlight, without casting a single shadow. Ahead waited Frostmere, a living village that looked strangely unfinished. At noon, the clock tower moved, but its ancient bell made no sound. Only Ethan and Maya still possessed shadows, and something noticed immediately. A bodiless darkness raced across the square like a hunting animal. Ethan raised a golden shield just before the darkness reached them. Maya trapped it inside a compass circle, forcing it to reveal north. Then it escaped toward the fortress, while frightened eyes watched from every window. Inside the inn, every villager carried the same impossible absence. Old Tomas explained that the theft began 7 nights earlier. Each midnight, the Hollow Man crossed rooftops and harvested sleeping shadows. The attacks always began when the tower tried to ring 13. Maya found a magical thread connecting the fragment to the mountain. A child named Nia asked whether shadows could ever come home. Ethan promised they would return, then made sunlight dance for her. But Nia's reflection moved alone, reaching through the glass behind her. Maya sealed the window before the reflection could steal anything else. Before vanishing, it pointed toward the clock tower, not the fortress. The clue led them across the empty square toward Frostmere's silent tower. Inside, hundreds of stolen shadows waited inside frozen glass spheres. One captive memory showed a secret gate beneath the northern cliff. Ethan severed the black chains, but the spheres refused to open. Then the clock reversed, turning its own machinery into a deadly trap. Maya opened a portal, dropping them safely beneath the falling gears. Below the tower, a mural revealed the monster had once been a guardian. The villagers called him Orin, until a crowned stranger came north. The crowned eye awakened a hidden route across Maya's living map. Before sunset, the hunters followed that route toward the frozen fortress. The fortress rose from the glacier like a prison built for winter. Halfway across, hands of darkness climbed from the ravine below. Ethan shattered the hands without destroying the bridge beneath them. Maya carried them through the gate as the bridge vanished behind them. 4 empty cages confirmed the first battle had been carefully arranged. The Hollow Man had not escaped its cage. Someone had released it. A silent bell pulse twisted the fortress into an impossible maze. Their own shadows began following one heartbeat behind their bodies. Every mirror predicted the same ending. 2 heroes emptied of darkness. Then the Hollow Man appeared, waiting silently at the corridor's end. Its wooden mask cracked open, releasing a cold made from forgotten voices. It copied Ethan's movements and forged a blade from his own shadow. Gold met darkness, and every mirror repeated the impact 1,000 times. Maya's compass found too many norths, each pointing toward another reflection. The creature entered one reflection and emerged from the floor behind Maya. Ethan's shield arrived first, saving her shadow by a single breath. Maya mapped the reflections, searching for one image that lied differently. One reflection faced backward, revealing the real monster's hidden position. Her portal dragged the true Hollow Man. Out from behind the glass, Ethan struck hard, driving the creature into the chamber beyond. They entered an observatory where darkness moved like a machine. 12 Hollow Men rose together, each wearing the same empty mask. For the first time, Maya's compass could not choose a direction. Shadow ribbons hammered Ethan's shield from every direction at once. Maya reinforced the shield, but the darkness kept learning their rhythm. A hidden copy reached underneath and tore Ethan's shadow from him. Without his shadow, Ethan's solar rift faded to a weak ember. The stolen darkness became an Ethan-shaped warrior wearing his fear. Maya opened an escape path, while the copies closed around them. The portal collapsed between them, leaving each hunter completely alone. Ethan landed inside a maze where every path reflected his failure. His stolen shadow waited ahead, appearing at every turn he considered. The mirrors showed every promise he feared he could not keep. One reflection became Naya, repeating the promise he had made. With almost no power, Ethan blocked darkness using an ordinary flashlight. Its darkness remained connected to him by one fragile golden thread. Elsewhere, Maya entered an archive containing memories stolen from centuries. Her compass offered 3 impossible directions, and all were somehow correct. Maya stopped following the room and forced the room to follow her. At the center waited Orin's final memory before the mask changed him. Orin had once guided Frostmere safely through the deadliest northern storms. The villagers trusted him enough to place their shadows in his care. Then the Cagemaker arrived, promising power against monsters beyond the mountains. His gift was a crown shard that secretly fed upon fear. The shard twisted protection into hunger and memory, into endless silence. The Cagemaker imprisoned Orin, then collected 3 more corrupted guardians. Episode 1's attack had been nothing more than a controlled experiment. Before falling, Orin hid a compass needle that could expose the shard. Naya now carried the one object capable of finding Orin's true heart. Maya awakened Astral North, a direction that existed beyond space. Ethan finally understood that fighting his own fear only strengthened it. He reached toward the darkness and accepted it as part of himself. His shadow returned, no longer an enemy and no longer a weakness. Solar Echo awakened, creating golden possibilities from every choice he trusted. His echoes explored every path, while Ethan followed the one that survived. Maya aimed beyond distance and opened a doorway directly toward Ethan. The partners found each other where no ordinary map could reach. Their reunion lasted one breath before the copies flooded the archive. Solar Echo tested the copies, while Astral North marked every false path. Only one creature remained unmarked, and it fled toward the highest tower. They climbed into the storm as shadow birds tore through the snow. Maya turned the blizzard itself against the flock of darkness. At the summit waited 13 bells, and every stolen shadow in Frostmere. Orin stood at the center, trapped beneath the monster's command. A single shadow strike broke the platform beneath Ethan's feet. His echoes crossed the falling gears and carried him back to safety. Maya exposed thousands of chains leading into the hidden crown shard. The first bell rang without sound, and every light vanished instantly. Ethan stopped relying on sight and followed the light within his echoes. Maya summoned Naya's compass memory, locating Orin beneath the monster. She anchored every stolen shadow before the chamber could consume them. Ethan's echoes raced outward, severing hundreds of chains at once. The first shadows escaped, returning home like birds before sunrise. Losing its prisoners, the corrupted guardian expanded into a towering nightmare. The tower collapsed around them, but neither hunter abandoned the plan. Maya redirected one attack into another, binding the creature with itself. Ethan climbed the living darkness on steps created by his echoes. He struck the mask carefully, breaking the prison without breaking Orin. Behind the crack, a human eye begged them to finish the rescue. Maya fixed the moving shard in place with impossible celestial direction. Ethan cut the crown shard free, releasing years of imprisoned silence. Gold and teal power shattered the corruption before it could escape. The nightmare fell away, and Orin's true spirit finally stood upright. For the first time in 7 nights, every bell rang together. The stolen shadows raced home beneath the first light of morning. Orin revealed the Cagemaker's true hunt stretched far beyond these mountains. His next shard had already reached something sleeping beneath a drowned city. Oren entrusted Maya with a needle that always pointed toward corruption. But the fortress was already flooding from somewhere far below. With its magic broken, the fortress began collapsing into the glacier. Ethan protected Oren's fading spirit while Maya opened their escape route. The empty cages disappeared beneath water, rising from the mountain's heart. One echo took the blow, saving Maya without slowing their escape. Astral North drew a safe road across debris that never stopped moving. Below them, the water briefly opened like an enormous, hungry mouth. At the gate, the missing bridge left only an impossible distance. Maya forced one final portal across the entire mountain ravine. Ethan shaped sunlight into a tunnel against the falling ice. They crossed together, one heartbeat before the fortress vanished into snow. Oren's spirit became a guardian flame resting inside his wooden mask. In Frostmere, every shadow returned to the person it remembered. Naya laughed as her shadow finally danced exactly when she did. Thomas rang the village bell, and this time the mountain answered. Maya returned Oren's mask to the tower he had once protected. Ethan's shadow now carried his courage instead of only his fear. The spirit needle transformed Maya's journal into a map of living danger. The strongest signal came from Belgrave, a city drowned beneath black tides. Naya offered her compass, and its needle turned toward the western sea. Thomas gave Ethan a bell, warning that silence would not help next time. By sunset, the hunters were already descending toward the drowned coast. That night, green lightning flickered beyond the mountains without making thunder. Then Ethan's new bell began trembling beside the frozen lake. A green crack opened beneath them, revealing water where none should exist. Beneath the ice waited Belgrave, impossibly distant and impossibly close. Then one enormous eye opened beneath the drowned city. A massive hand pressed upward, testing the frozen surface between them. Far away, the cage maker watched through another stolen eye. He opened a fifth cage and lowered another crown shard into water. The lake erupted, and Mire Maw began climbing into the moonlight. Episode 2 ended as the next monster opened its endless mouth.